This is AI Studio, where top-notch experts analyze the latest trends of artificial intelligence. I'm your host, Leventa. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to our first episode of AI Studio in 2020, and Happy New Year to all of you. We're kicking off this year with an English language episode which perfectly shows our commitment to keep in touch with the world beyond the borders of Hungary. Accordingly, we picked a great topic that is truly worthy of the New Year's spirit. It's all about the AI challenge. In 2018, Finland launched a unique campaign, the so-called AI Challenge, with the intention to make at least 1% of the Finnish population complete a basic course on artificial intelligence. The course is called The Elements of AI, and it was built by the University of Helsinki and a consultancy firm, Reaktor. In the meantime, Sweden and Estonia also took up the challenge, and in October 2019, Hungary officially declared to follow suit. All right, so today we're talking to one of the creators of Elements of AI, Ville Sinisalo, and Gergely Szertics, professional leader of the Hungarian AI Coalition. He's also joining the conversation today. And with their help, we can explore the origins of this great initiative and find out more about how the course will be localized not only in Hungary, but all over Europe. Thanks a lot for being available for our podcast, gents.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello and Happy New Year.
Okay, so let's get started. The story looks pretty straightforward to me. Finland came up with this very ambitious project, the AI Challenge, and now it's pretty much a European hit, right? So why don't we start from the very beginning, Ville? Where did this whole idea come from?
It was in 2018 when, I work in this tech company called Reaktor. We had this idea that we should do something together with some academic partner, building a course on everybody basically on some kind of interesting topic. And of course, as we had the discussions with the University of Helsinki, we quickly realized that AI is something that was in the news and in the media, considered as really like a Terminator territory and something that will take your job, and it would be just travesty with AI coming in the future. So on that sense, we wanted to pick that one, and together with the University of Helsinki, we created these Elements of AI just to have the basic understanding of AI for everybody, and so that they would be kind of interested and curious about the future.
Right. So your original target was to convince 1% of the Finnish population to get the course done, which is pretty much 55,000 people. But now the course has a total of 220,000 registered students, out of which around 100,000 Finnish people finished the course. Did you expect this popularity?
Well, frankly, no. We of course wanted to do our best effort to complete the course and to really make it accessible for everybody. We didn't want to make or robots and ones and zeros, so it looks really welcoming. I think that's one a good reason why it's so kind of accessible. It doesn't look really like a tech course, so that encourages people also to take it. And of course, I think it's kind of on a good time for the hype also, basically. So people want to learn what is AI and how it is already in my life, because it's in everybody's life already. If you just have a cell phone, you are using AI, or AI is using your data to process every day. So basically, that is something that you really should know about.
Right, so Hungary also took up the challenge, Gergely. What's more, the AI Action Plan, which was announced in October, says that the aim is to make sure that at least 1 million Hungarian citizens get more familiar with the subject of artificial intelligence. What do you think we can learn from the Finnish lesson?
Well, yes, we started very ambitious, but let's clarify that we also took the Finnish challenge as the 1%. So we want to have 100,000 people, which is also very ambitious, to take a course that grounds the understanding of artificial intelligence and not going towards the Terminator takes my job kind of things, but more like this is a toolkit that you will have to understand and be able to use in your everyday life. But also, yes, we went beyond this challenge and said that we would like to have 1 million people in Hungary who get familiar with the basic notions of AI, that touches upon some videos that really focuses on the best practices, the use cases, or the social impact, or finds out how they can use it in their jobs. So don't have to finish a Finnish course, to be able to start that. But also you can just get familiar and grow your curiosity towards the real thing that is happening and not this just fiction that is all around the media.
Now that you're mentioning curiosity, I mean, the success of this whole thing is pretty much is going to come down to the fact how curious people will turn out to be, right? And I have the feeling that the Finnish society is very open-minded. English is widely spoken. It's pretty much like a tech-savvy nation. Do you think the Hungarian society would receive this whole initiative as positively as the Finnish did?
We yet can't know. What makes us brave about this is that the AI Coalition grows with 10 new member companies every 2-3 weeks. We are now at 235 member organizations that cover more than 10,000 employees, which is a huge number on its own. So we don't yet know, since it is not yet well spoken of, that how well the society is going to receive this AI challenge, but it is a very promising sign that more and more companies are joining to take part of this whole initiative and to ride the wave of AI and not just being washed over.
Right. I guess the fact that the elements of AI online course will be made freely available in all official EU languages very soon can really help this effort. And I want to ask you, Ville, whether this breaking down this language barrier helped at all in Finland.
It had a huge effect, of course, like as it is, even though people in Finland do speak English quite a lot, it's still second or third language or something like that. So of course, having the possibility to learn on your natural language or your mother tongue is something that you really want to have. It really lowers the barrier of starting the course, and also brings more equality to the course. So I have seen from our data that there is, I think from the Finnish course there is 2%. It's 2% of the participation is from over 75-year-olds. So
wow.
Really on their retirement age, and I would love to be one of those grandpas or taking the AI challenge 40 years from now on a different topic, of course, but that really helps to get everybody involved when it's available in your language, and it's really feels like it's meant for you.
Right, but let's just be realistic here, and think with the mind of an average person. You hear there's a course about artificial intelligence, and people really have this first impression: is this really only for geeks?
No, not at all. For example, myself, I'm not a tech developer or something like that, and I have done the course. So as just
what was your score, Will?
Luckily, I don't remember that anymore. So it has been some time that I have taken. But yeah, it starts really from the beginning. So it starts from describing what AI is, or what, not even closer what AI isn't. Starting really easy, and then learning more and more and more, and then you end up on implications of AI. So how it's used in in everyday life and so forth. So basically the course really takes you on a journey that you don't have to know anything about AI before joining that. So just have a open mind and curious mind, and start doing the course. So that will lead you on to the magical world of AI.
Right, so why don't we just take a break now to catch our breath, and we'll continue our conversation shortly. So here we go with the latest news from the world of artificial intelligence. This is the news section of AI Studio. Australia rolled out mobile phone detection cameras, hoping to cut the number of fatalities on its roads. The world's first mobile phone detection cameras operate day and night in all weather conditions to determine if a driver is handling a mobile phone. Making or receiving voice calls while driving in New South Wales, Australia, is legal, but only when using a hands-free device. All other functions, such as video calling, using social media, or photography, are illegal while behind the wheel. By introducing mobile phone detection cameras, the state wants to cut the number of road fatalities by 30% by 2021. The mobile detection cameras use artificial intelligence to review images and detect illegal use of the devices. Chinese regulators have announced new rules governing video and audio content online, including a ban on the publishing and distribution of fake news created with technologies such as artificial intelligence and virtual reality. Any use of AI or virtual reality also needs to be clearly marked in a prominent manner, and failure to follow the rules could be considered a criminal offense. The Cyberspace Administration of China highlighted potential problems caused by deepfake technology, which uses AI to create hyper-realistic videos in which a person appears to say or do something they did not. China's top legislative body said earlier this year it was considering making deepfake technology illegal. Microsoft's Seeing AI app helps the blind in 5 more languages. Microsoft Seeing AI has been helpful for describing objects and text to the blind, but there has been a key problem. It has only been available in English, making it a non-starter if you don't speak the language. That won't be a problem for some people from now on. Microsoft has updated the iOS-only app with support for Dutch, French, German, Japanese, and Spanish. Seeing AI remains free, while the language support still leaves many people without access, most notably highly populated countries like China and India. It goes a long way toward making the computer vision technology more accessible outside of North America and the UK. The lack of Android support is a concern though. There are many countries where iPhones and iPads are either difficult to afford or simply less common, and the current iOS focus could leave many people out of the loop. This was the news section of AI Studio. Okay, so we're back on AI Studio where we're discussing the AI challenge and how it's all going to unfold soon all over Europe, including Hungary. We were just discussing with Will that this Elements of AI course is not only for geeks, but also for so-called normal people, even though he refused to reveal the score of his test. But, you know, whatever. I'll just leave it up to you to think whatever you want. But tell me a little bit more about the structure of the course, Will, please. Because after chapter 2 or 3, I guess, it really starts getting heavier, discussing machine learning and neural networks. How deep do you really have to dig to pass the test?
We are going through the first and the easiest ideas of what are these topics basically? What do they involve? So you need to learn, of course. it's a course that has like academic background. It's worth of 2 ECTS study points in the University of Helsinki and hopefully also in Hungary once it's launched. So basically that's something that you really need to learn, but it's made simple and easy. It has like a lot of nice pictures and a lot of like also like links to out of the course if you need like some more information if it gets too complex. So it will take you there if you have like the time and willingness to be open about it and learn about AI.
Right. So the Elements of AI course will be the cornerstone of the AI challenge here in Hungary. Do you plan to introduce similar courses that can help reach this target, or will there be another tools available to make this happen and reach even the more ambitious 1 million target?
Yes, so Elements of AI is definitely going to be one of the things that we're pointing to. There are going to be other courses that we suggest, but they're not going to be free. But we know that there are a lot of courses out there that are important, but we're totally on the same page with what Will said, that you don't have to understand the math of AI to be able to understand it, how it influences your life and how it is building into the different kind of tools that you're using. But be a AI savvy person doesn't mean that you have to be a tech savvy person. But yes, we are going to develop upon this principle other tools and initiatives. One of them is the AI exhibition in the Csodák palotája, to be able to feel it on your skin, that how AI affects different kind of things, how it works, how it learns, so that you can have an understanding of a personal understanding of how these things work, which we plan to open in spring. And also we are developing a website called AI Hungary, which is going to include a space called the AI Academy that encourages people to again get curious and dig into the fields of areas that they're most interested in, be it jobs, be it society, be it their everyday lives, to just a little bit touch upon how this is going to impact their lives, and of course heavily spread it around in the online world. But also, as you can see, we have a physical world and an online world comparison. So we're going to reach out to the physical world as well, also through schools and also through digital well-being points that we have, a network in Hungary, to engage people who are not yet very much in the virtual world, but we believe that this is such a sexy topic that they might get to there because they see that, okay, I might not be very familiar with digital world, but I'm curious about AI.
Okay, so I really want to wrap this up in a positive spirit. So, Ville, please tell me something encouraging about dropout rates. And once somebody makes up their mind, what are the chances they actually get to finish it up?
Really good, of course, depending on the personal motivation, I would say. But going to the numbers, our completion rate is 20%, which is really high on your average MOOC world. So we are really proud on that, and of course, working towards making it even higher as we go along. And I would just challenge once we get the course in Hungarian. Of course, thanks to the EU and the Finnish government. So once we get it in Hungarian, I would say that please show some better numbers than we in Finland can. So.
Okay, we'll be on it. Gergely, please let's finish this up by giving some dates and a provisional schedule for next year. How are we gonna hear about AI Challenge and when?
So very early we start to develop communications and basic sites that starts to reveal the timeline in early 2020, and we plan to have the exhibition open in the mid of spring, hopefully April. Same time we plan to have the AI the elements of AI in Hungarian, and we see more and more momentum building up in the AI Coalition, who are pushing us that, okay, what can we do with our people? How can we contribute? So definitely the first part of 2020, after accepting the strategy, is going to be that we will have to organize this effort, this momentum, this need of how can we actually do stuff and channel it into some kind of a direction and add it up into synergies.
Fantastic, guys. Well, one thing is for sure, the AI Challenge is set to contribute to a widespread understanding of artificial intelligence in Europe. And we're so happy to be able to report about this development. If you want to find out more about the program, go to elementsofai.com. You can sign up for an alert that will tell you once your own language version becomes available, or simply start a course in English, earn your certificate, and show up with it on social media. Thank you so much for the awesome insights, Ville and Gergely. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, keep listening to our podcast this year as well. Share our contents and give us feedback on social media about how to improve our show. Feel free to suggest people we should interview too. Many thanks for listening. See you next time. You listen to AI Studio, a podcast by the Hungarian Artificial Intelligence Coalition, which is the ultimate stakeholder forum of the local AI ecosystem. If you have any comments, ping us via our social media channels, and please help spread the word by sharing our content. Don't forget to subscribe and rate the show, and thanks a lot for listening. We'll be back in our next episode with more great insights on AI.